Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Truth and Harmony podcast of real talk and real stories. Unfortunately, we don't have the intro or a lot of really the effects this week because the plan wasn't paid off entirely. So by next week, we'll have our regular stuff back. But of course, as y'all can see, that I'm not the only one here excited to be back. I have been accompanied here by my good friends to do this as well. So we have Ari D here with us.
Yo, 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 it's already in the place to be. How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling good to be back.
We
So,
have Kyera.
I'm just happy to be back on the podcast, talk about real stuff, real topics.
Yes, indeed. And then we have Brother Robert.
How you doing?
All right, great, great. And of course, I'm Devin, the Underground Soul Man. And Josh has some things going on right now mentally that he won't be here for, so he's here in spirit until he returns fully back with us. But today we have a lot of good things lined up. We have a lot of good topics, comparisons, some real pretty funny moments, and some pretty truthful moments. So we're gonna get started first with our news of the world that we have today. So Ari, I just have one question. What's our news of the world for today?
so we actually have a lot of news of the world to catch up on since we last talked. Some sad stuff, some good things. But first I want to start off with something I feel like is important to highlight. Dr. King's birthday was yesterday, so I want to give a happy birthday to him. Because even though you say what you want about all the stories, oh, he did it for the white women, all that controversy, yeah, in the long run, he still helped his community, whether we want to say that or not. And he still deserves his flowers because he still risked his life and he still stood out there and fought. So I want to give a happy birthday to Dr. King. And on the political side again, ICE is unfortunately out of control. I warned everybody that this is a neo-Nazi organization. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna like beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell it like it is. It's a neo-Nazi organization. This is exactly how the Holocaust started, with mass deportation and going door to door, not caring about people's papers or well-being. So I want to first of all say rest in peace to Keith Porter, that was unalived, brutally unalived, murdered by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve, December 31st of 2025. And then of course Renee Nicole Good, um she was shot in the face 3 times by an ICE agent for blocking them from going to harass citizens, and she unfortunately lost her life. And now the result of that is other sick ass ICE agents going around thinking they can do whatever they want and using the sentence, "Oh, have you not learned from what just happened?" So yeah, we are in 1930s Germany in America because he's this is the no new wars president, so called, but he's bombed 7 people in 2025 and started off 2026 with a bombing. Venezuela didn't deserve that. The citizens didn't deserve that because we can censor it on our news, but like if you go to Venezuelan news, like more than 80 people died and it was citizens. Like they didn't deserve to die. Yeah, Maduro was like a bad president for them. He was a dictator as well, but you can't replace fire with fire and expect it to go out. Like he didn't do that out of the kindness of his heart to save Venezuelan people. He did it for the oil. Now he has 303 gallons of oil on top of the 68 million that the US had. So we are in a full dictatorship. That's where we're at in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and actions like this have consequences too, because now there's apparently a bounty out for president's head, and they said we will not miss the target this time. So it sounds like that they're pretty serious about this. So
Oh yeah, Iran did that. But also a lot of people, a lot of countries do not like us. We've made a lot of enemies with said person in office to represent us. So yeah, all you MAGA people, thank you so much for choosing this person to represent us. All you coons, Ice Cube, Sean Stockman of Boys to Men, the three of Boys to Men actually, Nate, Wanye, and Sean. Whoever else, Nicki Minaj. Yeah, all
Terrence
y'all,
Terrence
Terrence
K.
K.
Williams.
Williams. Oh my gosh, yeah,
Now
that
you gonna see
guy,
my
the white
reasons why I
guy,
hate
quote
Boys to
unquote.
Men. Been telling y'all
Huh?
they were bad news from the start. Boys to Men, bro.
Oh yeah,
Telling you.
we don't
Something
do
about their
boys to men
energy
over
is
here.
off. I
We
Yeah.
just
do
knew
not
it.
do boys to men over here. Don't ask
Yes,
us
we
shit
do
about
not.
boys to men.
Don't
Never.
claim that.
So, yeah, all you people that advocate for love and you make profit off of black people's culture, but you not down with the culture or you not down to be united like you say you're united, like Vanilla Ice. You're performing as a rapper, black culture by the way, at Trump's inauguration, whatever the fuck it's called. I could give a shit less. Nelly, Ludacris, all these other artists selling out for a kiss on the white man's ass. I mean, I have nothing to say to you really. If you sing and you advocate for love and you go into a community and you turn around and vote against that community and turn against your own people, I mean, you were never with us from the start. So I can give a shit less. Like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm not gonna sit here and not name names when they need to be called out because stop supporting these people. Snoop Dogg as well. In 2020, he was like, "Oh fuck Trump, whatever, this, that, and the third," and then he turned around and performed.
Yep. Tap dance.
Just mm.
yeah, less than
Okay,
like 4 or
Steven
5
from
years later.
Django. Um, so yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that. I mean, and for all of you that have seen all 15 million of the Renee Goods murder execution, it wasn't the self-defense, this poor ICE agent. No, she was a US citizen, so the amount of leverage that ICE has over a US citizen is about the same leverage a mall cop has over you. They shouldn't be shooting people. They shouldn't even have guns. Cause what they're not doing is taking criminals out this country that are pushing drugs or trafficking kids in this country illegally. They're not worried about that. They're worried about the color of your skin. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
Yeah, because at first with the ICE stuff, it was mainly about like if you were to be legally in this country or not, if you had papers and stuff like that. But now they're just harassing you based upon the color of your skin. Just the same cycle that repeats itself all over again continues to happen. It's 2026. We still haven't changed our ways. I see. We're still reverting back to the old ways of racism.
Yeah, I talked about this a couple of episodes back, but 7 lynchings in total happened last year in 2025 and not one case was open, but come present day in 2026, I find out that in custody of an ICE agent, a Latino man was found hanging from his hands and feet, dead, in custody of ICE, by the way. And I've heard stories of being like in custody of ICE. It's all about a fear game, because this pastor was telling his story about he got detained by ICE, and they were flashing guns in his face and pointing guns in his face. They were like, "Oh, are you scared?" and stuff like that. He was like, "No." So then they ended up getting to the point, long story short, where they got like tired of trying to intimidate this man, and they were like, "Oh, it would be no fun anyway, you're white." So this is why we're at the point to where they're asking you on paper what type of white you are. When you click the survey and you click white, it says Italian, Jewish, other, like I seen it. It's some crazy shit, cuz they like I've been posting this on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see what I've been saying. They don't care whether whether you're a minority, whether you consider yourself white. They don't care about poor people. They don't care about women. They don't care about minorities. They don't care if you like the same gender as you. They don't care if you're any advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. They don't care if you're in the LGBTQ plus community. They want you gone if you're indifferent from them, because they don't look at you as human. They look at you as less. So I've been saying this is why we need to study Fred Hampton. We need to see how he brought people together to realize that the government is not on our side. They've never been. America has never been the ones to do something out of the kindness of their heart. We fucked up Iraq's economy for life because we wanted the same thing we want with Venezuela, their oil. They haven't been right for over 30 years because we did that to them in the 90s. 1992. Look it up.
America's literally based off all whole country is based off communism. Like, fuck the
We're the one
people. Fuck
exactly. We're the ones who separated North and South Korea. We're the ones are why North Korea is in the predicament that they're in now. It's
and we
because of America. They did
yeah,
that.
we forgotten about the part of, dehumanizing. That's normalized now. Like, we're not even doing this, and people aren't even doing this in secret anymore.
They
It's just
put
like,
Japanese people in concentration camps. I
yeah,
mean, America is not the USA is not the USA. We're not the United States. This is the segregated
nothing
states, and it's
about
always been the segregated states.
nothing united about the states at all.
It's never been. This whole lie of a country is built off of other people's land. I can get into that because they tried to deport 4 Native Americans. Where are they gonna go? Down the street? This is their land. If
Like,
you don't
what?
have Taino
That's
blood
no.
in you, and if you don't have Native American blood in you, you are an immigrant. It doesn't matter if it dates back to 500 years ago. You need to respect their land because it's theirs.
Right.
They didn't ask to be wiped out by 90% of their population and only have 10% of their population left to advocate for them. They didn't ask for that. Mexico didn't ask to get colonized and have California and Texas stolen from them by the US. Read your books. They didn't ask for that. North Korea didn't ask to be, or Korea in general didn't ask to be split in half and sold by Russia and be oppressed for the rest of their lives so they can't have internet or any other access to the world. They didn't ask for that, but the US did it to them. I mean, people. Yeah, I mean, if anybody else wants to share how they feel on that, I'm pretty much done talking before I get more pissed. But I'm gonna leave it off with this. Our Constitution goes against exactly what's happening, and it gives us the right to turn against us, or against the government or against the president when situations like this are happening. So I say do it. I say do it. I'm not threatening the president with assassination. I'm just saying, if we don't win these midterms, we are fucked. If you do not vote blue for midterms, we are fucked. It's going to take 50 years minimum to redeem ourselves because, like I said, America has gained a lot of enemies. You know how many videos I see of them burning the Israel flag and the American flag? Yeah, we need to get it together. I mean, if you date back to 1940s Germany and you ask what did the good Germans do, that same mindset you have for them, that's what you need to apply if you're an American, because it's the same thing is happening. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the Nazi era of the United States of America, because going door to door demanding papers without any warrant from office or the Senate or the government in general, that's inhumane. And snatching people up when they're US citizens and killing people and taking their lives when they're US citizens, that's also inhumane. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna leave off with that.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, as like as a nation, as a people, as everything, we need to wake up. Like we really need to change our ways. Like people are not pressing much on these issues as they should. And people I've seen people outraged and people speak on it about the stuff about ICE, but we not angry enough for me, man. And not even just about that, just about everything going on, stuff about AI and all that, bro. We not angry enough about some of these issues, man. We have to do everything we can about these pressing issues because they're continuing to f things up for us, and this revolves around the futures of a lot of people that's growing up, including some of the people here. So we need to fix the nation that is befalling us. That's all I
Yeah,
really have to say.
this current generation, the next generation is not making it if we don't change.
Yeah.
We're not making it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something else I don't like. I don't like how like people picking and choosing when they want to talk about this. It's like 1 minute you talk about it, the next minute, I guess when people aren't talking about it anymore, then now you don't want to talk about it.
I'm
And
glad you mentioned that. For all you people that considered it took a white woman being shot in the face 3 times to speak up, to consider the fact that you let it get that bad before speaking out, shame on you. I'm glad that you're speaking out now, but that's what it took. Shame on you. Shame on you. This was never a joke. I tried to warn y'all way back then when ICE was in my city, when they were harassing Chicago. Even when they were in Chicago, they shot somebody. Like it's so much people don't know about, and considering the amount of victims at quote unquote alligator Auschwitz, they call it, where they send the immigrants to a detention center. Um Considering all the deaths there that we don't know about, because I'm sure there's more, because there's a whole list of victims that have died in custody of ICE. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's sick.
now ICE is back in my city in New Jersey now.
Yeah, I seen that actually. I seen the head chief of the police department of Philly talking about how ICE does not want them there. But I mean, it's like I said, bro, Fred Hampton, I can quote him all day, man. If now is not the time to actually unite and join together, if them killing a white person doesn't make you realize they never cared about race, they only care about looking at you as less if you don't have more money than them. Like if you don't come to that realization, I don't know what make you will. Like I don't know what would make you come to the realization. Maybe if they actually start going door to door and snatching people up like they've actually been in Minneapolis. I mean, they're harassing Minneapolis. Um like they if they do that in every state, and it's like you visually see how it's turning into 1930s Germany, maybe then we'll wake up and we'll do something about it. But I hate that it has to get this far, because they didn't they first of all, they don't call them world wars until they're over, when with him invading Greenland, and I think it was who, Iraq, or somebody threatened us actually to that he invades Greenland, that it's over for us. So, nuclear bombs do exist, and we dropped two nukes on Japan. Let's not forget we did that. Yeah, America is evil, and I'm saying everything that we have coming to us, we deserved, but it's about the people that you put in office to represent this country. Because it's not the citizens' faults. Most citizens that voted blue, it's not their faults. It's all you brainwashed dumbass people. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the shit. If you're MAGA, you're in a cult. Terrence K. Williams, for you to be a black man, for you to have darker skin complexion than me, for you to have tighter hair curls than me, for you to sit there and be buddy buddy with a man that does not care whether you live and die the next day is insane to me. And that goes for any coon. That goes for any coon. But
Oh,
I'm not gonna harp too long on that conversation because I can go on and on calling them out. But yeah, we need to be together.
What were you about to say, Robert?
I was gonna say, Ari, don't forget about people that just don't take it seriously, just making jokes about it and shit. Don't forget about those.
Yeah, yeah, it I mean, within our own community and outside the community, I mean, like, I see Latinos making fun of, like, some that don't have papers, or making fun of the situations, like, oh, they gonna get me or something. Like, bro, instead of making jokes, you should be advocating for your people. You should be applying your anger to what you have to say. And or also the black community that think it's okay to shout, "Oh, ICE, ICE, ICE is outside," or just like make fun of Latino people for, whatever reason or what they're going on. I mean, like, this is why we can't evolve. This is why, because we don't have the brain power to say, "Huh, that's not funny," or we don't have the realization to wake up and say, "Huh, that's not funny. I shouldn't joke like that." Even with the term YN, I was talking about this on my notes and on my story, man. It's the modern day version of calling all black men thugs, and I don't like that. I said stop normalizing YN shit. I don't like that YN shit. I call you a young black man if you're a young black man. Like, it's so much that holds people down so we can't evolve. And a day at a time, I'm trying to break the habits because a lot of people are so ignorant to it.
So, is there any more news of the world for this week, Ari?
Um, Other than all I've been talking about, another thing I wanted to say, how sick ICE is. They deported it was a 10-year-old girl undergoing brain surgery. They deported her. So yeah, I just wanted to leave off with that. If I have any other news that I'm updated on throughout the week, I'll tell you next Friday, but no. No, man, I'm done.
Okay. Well, thank you for your powerful speech and opinions on these type of things. Sorry, I meant opinion, not opinions. Facts. Your
Yeah.
facts on these things, and we can't wait for more of it next week, especially when we have more of our banners actually up and running as usual.
Yeah.
So, on our lighter terms, we have another segment led by Ari, our underrated artist of the day. So, who do we have for this Friday's underrated artist of the day?
Okie dokie. So, for this week, I chose a member out of a group. I feel like this guy's tenor and the way he sings, like, I've never heard anybody else come close to, like, the style he has. Is a very unique voice. He has a very pretty voice to me. So, I have Tony Thompson from High Five. That man can sing his butt off. Comment down below which some of your favorite high five songs. I know my favorite high five song, of course, you know, I Like the Way. I've always grown up on that. Um, what else? Can't wait another minute. Yeah, I high five got some hits, man.
Yeah, that's a very underrated group right there. I'm glad you picked that, because man, Tony Thompson, bruh, he was really one of them guys for real, man. He really had it like that. And even his solo album, I haven't heard all of it, but from the songs that I've mainly
Oh yeah,
heard, it's
man.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yep, I see you got your albums over there. That's pretty dope, man.
Mm-hmm. I
Yep.
gotta get the
And
third one.
oh yeah, man.
I don't got the third one. I only got the first two.
Yeah. Shout out
Hey,
to Marcus, man. I met him. Had the honor to meet him, take a picture with him. Shout out to High Five, man. It's like I said, great group. And Tony Thompson, the lead singer, you know. Shout out to him and rest in peace, you know, man.
Yes. My dad grew up with him. He's told me like when
Oh,
know what era that was, to be honest, but how old he was. But he said he wanted to be like Tony Thompson. And I'm like, really? That's an interesting choice because he is a great person.
oh, thank you for that story. That's pretty dope,
That's
man.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Tony Thompson, man. Dude was a real G. My favorite song by High Five is "Just Can't Handle It." I like the beat and stuff like
Just
that,
can't live.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's a very good song. And I
Mine.
like "Never Should Let You Go," "Unconditional Love." Those are very good songs. High Five was on a very generational run with their first three albums. That was a great
Yeah.
Devin, they
first
don't
three
know
albums.
nothing about that, man.
Trying to think of that. She's playing hard to get. Yeah, that's my favorite.
She's playing.
Playing hard to
Yeah.
Oh
She
yeah,
just
that's another one.
won't.
get. It's my
But
jam.
yeah,
Great song.
for the underrated artist of the day, that's pretty much all I have. Tony Thompson, man. He's very, very, very good artist. Very good singer.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah.
Robert, how you feel about Tony Thompson?
I wouldn't really say a whole lot because again, I don't like to speak on things I don't really know. Of course, I know him, but I don't know him to where I'm going to be speaking or acting like I know, like some people. But anyway, but for what I've heard, of course, I've heard she's playing hard to get, and I like the way, and I was impressed. I was impressed, man. And I did watch the unsung. That was sad, but all in all, man, pretty great vocalist, pretty great.
Don't worry, we'll put you on to some more songs at a certain point.
Girl, you have got me in a middle.
Um,
You know that song. You know that song.
uh, yeah, I do know the song. Anyway,
And I don't
anyway,
know whom to. Okay, moving on. All right, Devin, lead us into the next segment because that's all I got from
I
the
didn't know that
for
was
the
I didn't know
underrated
that was
artist.
them. I didn't know that was them.
Yep, it was. It was. Poor Tony.
Oh
Oh
no.
man. Okay. Thank you, Ari, for the underrated artist of the day. We have a
Always,
real,
always.
real G, bro. Tony Thompson. That's great guy, man. Too soon. Way too soon. But for our third part, we have this time our artist comparison. So, Kyra, who are we comparing this week?
Yes, yes. This week we're comparing two female groups, SWV and En Vogue. I wanted to do things a little bit differently, switch it up. I wanted to compare like music and like music style and aesthetics, like their aesthetics. Like let's say, SWV, they have like that street style and like their music is like R&B and New Jack Swing. And then En Vogue, they have like that more, I would say what glamorous style. I don't know about high fashion, but like a more glamorous style in their aesthetic. And their music is like more like R&B, soul, and pop. They do have similar harmonies, though. I have noticed that, which I do think it's a good thing to compare them through like their different music and their meaning in music. Personally, I would choose En Vogue. Um, trying to think of my favorite song. Bro, it's yeah. I can't even think of it right now. I can't even lie. So, who would y'all pick? While I think about this. Oh,
Who wanna go first?
All right, you can go first.
Okay. So in terms of who I listen to more, I would pick SWV because SWV. I mean, I've been
SWVI?
listening. Huh?
SWVI? What?
No,
That's what I
I
heard.
said SWV. I've been listening to
Oh,
them for a long time. Thank you.
my bad.
Thank you.
What's your
Like
favorite?
I
What's
said,
your top
huh?
songs? What's your top songs by SWV?
Ooh, I'm so in love. I'm so into you. Um,
Some good
those
hits.
my top. Those my top two. That's what I like to listen
And
to.
actually, another thing, they put on a really good show. Like they have some good charisma. I remember I seen them
Yeah.
live with Jodeci and Drew Hill. They do put on a good show. I don't think I've
I'm
seen
so
In
in
Vogue,
love.
but that was Changing Faces. That was not In Vogue. But yeah, they have a good performance level.
Yeah. Use your heart, of course. I mean, TikTok ruined that song, but their version of Human Nature.
Oh yes, I love that song.
Yeah. Um.
And Rain, I love Rain.
Yep.
Anybody else?
But In
Well,
Vogue, I mean, In
shoot.
Vogue has nice songs too.
Yeah, I
But
love Give Him Something.
style wise, I like the dresses they wear. I'm gonna say In Vogue for style wise, cause like I
Mm.
can't get behind the long fingernails that SWV had. I don't know what they was
Ooh.
going. I don't know what they had going on.
Oh,
But
okay.
Coco,
Interesting,
no,
other than that, yeah.
interesting
no,
factor to bring up. Very.
stop.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah.
Enough.
Yep. What the?
Okay, shoot. Listen, I'm starting with In Vogue. Okay, those ladies, especially in their prime, they had some masterful, strong vocalists, dog. Dawn and Terry. I mean, come on, man. That's a combination you're not beating, man. I mean, Hold
Yes,
On
her
is their
harmonies
classic,
were angelic.
right? Hold On is classic, and to start off with Who's Loving You, and then the beat drop to James Brown, The Payback, one of the most sampled songs of all time. They don't want to have it in church. They don't want to have it in church at all. It's crazy. And besides that, they do have great songs. Like "Free Your Mind" is very good. "Don't Let Go," "Love," and "My Loving." You're never gonna get it. Those songs, they're peak, especially like with the New Jack Swing vibe to them. And plus, their album cover on their first album, that is a fire cover, man. With the all whites and the beach background with the sunset, that is
Yes, yes.
clean. That's
Very. It's like
clean.
something you find on Pinterest.
But yes, that is clean. But In Vogue was they still kind of are like my favorite R&B or actually just girl group of all time. But I listen to SWV more. And again, their 3 album run. I mean, you can't beat that either, man. Coco, Taj, Lily, that's a 3 match combination in heaven you can't beat. Dude, they're literally called the Sisters with Voices for a reason.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
honestly, their second album gotta be the best one. New Beginnings gotta be the best one. I mean, come on.
I do agree. I do agree. That may be a hot take to somebody, but I mean, come on, dog.
Dude,
Use your heart. I'm so in love. The title track, it's interlude. You're the one. On and on, bro. That album is fire. Say what you want, but I agree with you.
yep, Love So
Yep. On
Amazing.
top on that. Yep.
Love So Amazing. Come on, man. You just can't beat that. And then About Time, bro. The first album, man. That's also like probably my second or third favorite because it's a little hard to answer. But come on, the first album got Anything, Weak, You're Always on My Mind,
Hmm.
Downtown, Fine Time, or was that the other one? That might be the other one.
Nah, that's the
But
other one. Yeah, Fine
yeah,
Times on the other one.
Yeah, right. The right here, the human nature mix that was fire. Even the original right here is good.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. So I
I
have
mean,
to give it to SWV. You know, I'm so into you and stuff like the songs like that and Rain and Can
that's
We.
my stuff.
Those, those are bangers, man. So the SWV got a lot of cars under their belt, and they still doing their thing. They still performing. They all still look nice. They're great. They're great. What you gotta say, Robert?
I'm gonna just clear this up now. When it comes to the '90s, I don't really be knowing like how y'all know, so that's why when y'all be talking about these '90s folks, I just stay out of it because again, I don't know, and I'm not gonna speak on something I don't know about and pretend I do. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry. When we ask him later on soon, he'll know who and what we're talking about,
I
and
know
he'll
who you're
he'll
talking
understand.
about. I just,
No,
I'm
it's
not.
about the songs. You're
Oh
gonna be well
yeah,
versed in the songs.
yeah.
Don't worry, you'll know soon. You'll know soon. I told you I'm gonna put you on. This gonna be your year where you know these songs, man. You gonna get put on.
You right.
It's a couple we got to stay away from, but the ones that trust me, people like me, you, I mean me, Ari, Kyera, and like probably Josh and stuff. We're the ones to put you on with this. We're the ones to put you on with this.
Yeah.
So you already learned a little bit. So when you learn the rest, you'll have everything you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of music, like old school music, I actually started with like the 90s and then I kept going decade by decade back.
My time period
Huge 90s
is
phase.
doo wop from the '50s to the '80s. That
See,
excuse
I
me,
started way back.
Kyra, you ain't watched our doo wop episode?
Thought I was on the doo-wop
Yeah,
episode.
you were there. You were
Oh
Hello?
there.
yeah, she was there.
Okay.
Don't worry, Kyra will be well versed in doo too. She'll get put on. She'll understand how great it is. But see, me, how my ballpark goes is that the 50s to a certain aspect of the 2000s and like maybe
Uh,
a couple artists in the 2010s,
oh,
like Bruno Mars.
Now
yeah.
I dabble in like the '90s rap, but I ain't. That's why I didn't even mention it. I barely listen to it. I listen to it every now and then when I'm in the mood. But like the '50s to the '80s, that's my main thing.
But speaking of Bruno Mars, it's great that he's dropping. It's been 10 years.
And he
Yeah,
has a
God
concert.
thinks he's Michael. You're
And he has a
not.
concert. I gotta go see that. I'm selling something.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Not
luck.
like that, but I gotta go see that concert. Yeah,
Whoa!
Oh,
Hey,
not like that.
all
hey,
right.
no,
Sorry,
no,
just had to clarify
no.
that.
We can't. We
No one
can't
was
have that.
thinking that. What the? Okay.
The audience, you never know.
We can't have you doing that now. We can't
That's
have you doing
that's
that.
very
Anyways,
sad.
anyways, we're happy Bruno Mars is back.
Ooh,
What the hell?
man,
I'm glad
man.
'cause he kind of had a comeback. He kind of needed that because that
To
song
pay off that debt, but
certain
yeah.
female rappers.
Oh no, no, no!
Uh,
Not just that.
yeah, that's definitely a comeback.
Not even just that. That other song.
Yeah, that song, that song, yeah. No,
Just go back to being locked out of heaven, bro. Go back to being locked out of heaven.
Wait, what's the other song?
you don't need to know at this moment.
We'll explain later. But
I'm glad Bruno's doing new music.
uh
I'm
huh,
glad Bruno's doing new music.
they're
Yeah,
amazing.
J.
Devin.
Cole's releasing something too. Jill Scott's releasing something.
Yeah,
David
Jill
Jr.'s
Scott.
releasing
No,
something.
stop it. Stop it. We don't talk
You
about that.
you were doing so good until you brought that last one.
See now, Ari, I was trying to, be happy about my baby Jill Scott, Jilly from Philly. Then you just had to say David Jr. Now, one thing David Jr. is being youthful for, he's
I'm
give
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
okay. Oh no, no, no.
No, no, no. Continue your sentence, Robert. Continue your sentence.
So what I would say is David Jr. is finally being useful because on Sunday, this Sunday, on what would have been David Sr.'s 85th birthday, we're getting a website. Now in this website, apparently, allegedly, is going to be never before heard stories, possibly rare photos, maybe rare footage. I don't know, but we'll just have to see on Sunday. So,
Yep, because he said something big
oh yeah,
is
guess
something
what? A
big happening.
documentary. We're quote unquote getting a documentary on David. Apparently, we'll see. We'll see. Devin
I
said,
mean,
"Hell no."
technically, I already made one, so I mean, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
but like I always say, Devin, that I love your documentary. You did an amazing job, but shouldn't have taken you, 17-year-old, to make one. This should have been done years ago. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But we've already covered that in the episode, so
Yep.
how people have yet to get documentaries and biopics. But we'll talk about that another time. So next we have my table talk, and this table talk is gonna be about something. Not only did I see this recently, but I've seen this even in skits and in real life situations. And it's about women who grieve over their exes who die while in a current
Oh,
relationship. While in a current relationship.
Jada Pinkett.
What are y'all doing? Why do y'all do this? Listen, it's understand to be sad and stuff, but over here, like ugly
Boo
crying
hoo.
in front of the
Yeah,
church.
passing out and stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Come on.
trying to jump in the casket, say,
All
"Ah,
right.
take me with him,
Uh,
take me with him."
okay.
That
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
embarrassing.
Yeah.
That is
That.
that is
Uh,
embarrassing. How you gonna cry harder than the boy's mother? How you gonna cry
yeah.
harder than his mother?
That's not.
That's insane.
You mean
That's
the world to me. I'm nothing. You got a man right next to you, gang. What are you talking about?
yeah. The fact that you doing this right next to him is a slap in the face to the relationship,
Yeah,
man.
you
Like,
basically saying F you, bro. You basically telling your current guy fuck you, bro.
yeah, that man, I'll do anything for him to come back. Why had to be him? It should have been me. Like,
It should have been
what are
my
you
it should
doing?
have been my current boyfriend, not you. That's
Like, what are
basically
you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, I don't get it. And then the reason why I saw is that the girl had brought a blanket and was doing a picnic at this dude's grave.
okay.
How's he supposed to eat the food back?
Boom, boom. I
How you
saw
supposed to eat
that.
the food back?
Devin,
No,
Devin,
nothing makes sense, or it's stupid. That's stupid.
That is very
Devin.
He's
like,
dead.
I understand if you leave whatever flowers, whatever, like at somebody's gravesite, but like a picnic game. What are you gonna do next? Play video games with them? Be dead ass?
Yeah, are
That's
we
what.
dead ass? Are we dead
Yeah,
ass like
dead
him?
ass. Like
Are
what?
we
Devin,
like
you're gonna
him?
get us canceled.
Bro, I'm
We're
sorry.
so
It's just
canceled.
I have nothing against the dead, but that is idiotic.
Let me even
Dude,
say it like this, Ari. That's the stupidest stuff I've ever heard of.
that makes
No,
no
no,
sense.
no, no, no. Okay. Okay.
That makes no sense. Why are you spending time with this guy? You had all the
I
time to
don't
spend with him
disagree
when
to
he
a
was still
certain
alive.
extent. I mean, if you're in a current relationship, that's a different story. But if you're single and that was your like husband or your boyfriend, I could see because
Yeah, that's somewhat
grief,
different.
like grief. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people handle it differently. Yeah. I mean, some people can laugh it off, and some people like will be like isolated. I don't know. Everybody handles stuff differently, but not Erica Kirk. I mean,
Oh, yep.
not Erica
Passed
Kirk.
around by all the Republicans. Yep,
Not Erica Kirk.
yep, yep.
She over here having John Cena wrestling type
Not
of
Erica Kirk.
intros.
Yep,
John
over here.
Cena wrestling type of intros.
Yep, over here
All
having concerts and stuff, fireworks and shit. Like, bro,
yeah, having concerts and pyroglyphics and all
one,
that, bro.
two, three,
over
release.
here doing backflips and
Right,
shit. Like,
shoot.
bro,
Over here doing stuff like that happens in The Simpsons, getting people getting shot out cannons and stuff. Like, this is
at
just
this point,
silly.
Erica Kirk, just join the goddamn on circus, gang. Just
Like,
join. Cause
like
what do
we
you
understand
mean?
you
Yeah.
you
Why
didn't
are
love
you
this
in
guy.
a? Why
Nigga
are
doing
you in a?
acrobatics after his.
Yeah, she
after he got freaking decimated.
at this point, bruh,
But he
get
got
get
popped in the
right, bruh.
neck.
At this point, she's the Diddy of Republicans, bruh.
One, two, three, release.
And why is there a music video for that now?
What?
There's a music video for that now.
One,
Uh,
2, 3, release.
There's a music.
uh,
Go check
Yes,
The
out that
that.
funeral
music video,
stunt, bro.
guys. Go check out that music video if you can relate to this.
Wait. I think
Yes,
we've
there is
lost
a
the
music
plot.
video for it now.
okay. All right.
It exists now. It
Thank
exists now.
you. Thank you.
It
I
exists
wish
now.
that I had a phone to call you. Okay, okay.
Why? No, I don't get it. Why is there a music video for it now? Like,
Yeah,
why? It's bro. It's so silly, bro. The things people do is so silly. It's so silly.
Yeah, that should be a topic. How we make the most random people famous. You
yeah,
need to stop
Danielle
doing
Bugoli.
that.
Danielle Bugoli. How the nigga? It's been almost 10 years, but why? Why? Why?
I'm about
White
to
Why?
eat
wrist,
this
white
Chick Fil
Porsche.
A. I'm about to eat this Chick Fil
What the
A.
hell you?
Yes,
What the hell
yes.
is that?
Robert, you're so old. Oh
No,
my
no.
god.
Sing the song again. Somebody.
I'm about to eat this Chick Fil A. The voice is actually way higher. I'm not
Please
Yeah,
even
get
gonna.
I
out.
don't know what the hell you
Please
talking
get
about.
out. Please get
I don't
out.
know what the hell you talking about.
Exit.
So whatever
Oh,
Devin's talking
Robert, you're
about.
so old.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember that.
What
I
do
ain't
you
never
mean
heard that.
remember this? This just came out of
Well,
TikTok.
This just came
y'all be
out.
the ones on the damn TikToks. I don't be on that.
Bro, he sounds so old, bro. Dude's like an old man yelling at a cloud.
Oh, biblical. Okay, did you sit next to David in your junior high class?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, do you remember when he was turning 30? When he was
No,
30? Or when he was in his 20s? You remember those
no, I
days?
don't. That's Josh. I don't remember this.
See, he not even here to
Okay,
defend himself.
okay. You
He's not even
listen
here to
here. You're
defend
not finna
himself.
diss Josh when he not here to defend
You're
himself.
right. I'm sorry, but no, I just don't know nothing about no KFC and no chicken. I don't. That's your thing.
That's not even the right restaurant. Like, oh my god. All right, new topic. New topic. Point of it is, point of it is, if you're in a current relationship and your ex dies and you do all this erratic stuff for this person that's never coming back, they're your ex for a reason. They're an ex, past tense,
Yep.
for a reason. And you over here jumping in the casket and falling all out and be like,
Ooh.
ah, why, God,
Oh.
help, why,
What
why?
the hell?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's disrespectful. You need to be single. And bruh, them dudes don't be going for that, man. They be like, man, if you love this N word so bad, go be with them. They don't be caring. They don't be caring after a certain point. They trust already been betrayed. They already been embarrassed and slimed out in the worst ways possible. So they just say, F you at this point and just go be with them.
I mean, yeah, usually people that get slimed out in the worst way possible don't care, though.
Yeah.
You can't do business with black people. You
Yeah.
know, you
Bitches.
can't do that. You can't do that.
Yep. You let a grown ass man just uh take advantage of you. That's the most appropriate way.
But in less sad and terrible news, let's move back to our topic, Devin.
That that's somebody's life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Multiple
well,
people.
Yeah, multiple peoples.
somebody's
Grown ass
life,
man.
man. But
Grown.
anyways, that's
Reginald, Terrence.
that's all the
Yeah.
table talk.
I mean,
That's all the table
list goes
talk.
on.
That's table talk
Yeah,
for this
the
week.
table talk.
That's it for this week. Kyra, what's your stance on that? You didn't say nothing. Well, what's your stance on people in
I
current
said 1, 2, 3,
relationships?
release them. And I said go
Oh,
check it
okay.
out.
Okay, but besides
Yeah.
that, what else? How else do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, basically you kind of caught me off guard when you were like imitating somebody jumping off the casket, but I do agree with you on that. Cause why are we doing all this for a dead man? I'm not saying we have to immediately move on, but come on now, bro. This is not letting them rest.
Yeah.
This is obsession at this point.
Yeah,
You gotta lock in.
like that's basically dishonoring what that person lived for at that point.
Yeah.
This ain't even love no more, gang.
This is just a hot mess.
This is just pure embarrassment, pure
Yeah,
humiliation ritual.
there's no reason for
And I
it.
feel like people be doing this for certain people, especially if they're a celebrity for like status. Like they weren't even your life for the past 20 years. Cough, cough. And like you're just doing acting like hello? Like where did all this come from, first of all? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that one person, she got it going on. I don't know. Two different men is just a lot. Two kids.
Big Mama, no
Gotta
kids.
let it go, buddy.
No, get out.
We
Enough.
do not say the N word on this
We
podcast.
We
don't
do
say
not.
those type of obscenities on here. This is not what the real truth and the harmony podcast stands
I'm
for.
sorry, KK Campbell. When you said that, that's what popped up in
Gonna
my.
turn on that
Holy.
demon.
Oh God.
No, no,
No, but
Kyra,
he can do it
please
really
continue.
well. Look at it. Wait
Kyra,
a
please
minute.
continue. Please continue.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Release him,
Oh.
please.
Okay,
So
so
anyway,
now we have to get on to the main
oh
title
yeah.
of the episode. Celebrity worship.
Can I go first after you done your intro?
Uh yeah, yeah, but I gotta say this first. I gotta say this first like I did in the last one.
Okay.
The more I see it, the more I read it, the more I hear about it, especially specifically on TikTok of all things, the more and more I see Robert Sylvester Kelly on my page, it makes me dislike his fans more and more and more. Like it just gets more and more worse. Nobody's beating him in the verses.
Oh.
Nobody can outsing him. Free him. Free him. Free the king. It's been too
Okay.
long.
He
He
didn't
made
do it. It
he
was a
made a simple
mistake.
mistake. He made a simple mistake.
Y'all know
Yup.
he can't read. He didn't mean it.
Yeah, he made a simple mistake. We need another tour. If he goes on tour
Yeah.
right now, I'm going.
Okay. We need him to talk about his love affair with his mom again. Yep, that.
Yeah, how he keeps hoping the McRib is gonna be out soon.
Yeah, I want to know what's the obsession with a grown man hanging out with children casually. Like this is not no
Yeah,
educational program.
JT. Yeah, what's the
This
obsession?
was just some like serious stuff that he
Yeah,
should not be
Jalen
doing.
Thomas.
What? Okay. Yep. Yep. Exactly. These are not. He was being involved in unadmitted activities, and we're supporting this, by the way.
Ain't no way. I ain't supporting him.
Gang, ain't no music cover that much action. It's
Yeah,
insane. At this point, this is worship.
yeah,
This should not be tolerated. And y'all wonder why he's still in there now. Cause y'all want to let him free and then he do some dumb shit and get right back on trial. So let's
yep,
keep him in there for about 40, 50 years. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. Cause
yeah,
something ain't right with that picture.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
picture
But
is
but but like
corrupted.
but like but here's the thing though. But here's the thing though. The literal proof. If people saying that he's innocent, he didn't do it, but the literal interview proof of him saying when you say
By
teenage, how
teenage,
old we
it was a
talking?
couple.
A no would have sufficed. That tells you everything you need to.
You know the age range of a minor. Come on, I know you're not stupid. You
Exactly.
come on now.
Dog,
Who's
he
that ignorant?
indirectly told on himself.
So something else I want to bring up, Devin. So saying that 12-year-old Aaliyah has a vibe, the fuck? Are we?
Little cute 12-year-old Leah.
Yup.
Let's not misquote this man.
Yo,
Little cute
yo.
Aaliyah's got it.
This nigga was 24.
24. He was 24.
Yeah, yeah, but oh, he ain't touch me, so I don't see the problem. I'm gonna
Nigga,
keep
he gonna
reaching
touch
into it.
you. The fuck? Like, what? I hope he do. Like, don't piss me off.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, it's a
Don't piss
okay
me off.
because he didn't pee on me is one of their most favorite lines. You know
yep. They
that's
said the
so
same shit
okay.
about Diddy. Same
And
shit
that's
about
still
Diddy.
not dehumanizing, of course. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Hey,
still
I
not
agree with
Like,
you, bro.
imagine
For
that
you
being
to
incredibly
and that's
for
insensitive.
you to excuse something he did to a literal child for the sake of you wanting to listen to him for your own enjoyment is sick, because those children that he put in literal danger and that he harmed or literally doesn't mean nothing to you. That shows everything of how you look at life and how you carry yourself. You
Type
would
You
excuse your
appraise
friends doing
yourself.
that.
type of people who don't take nothing seriously at all. They be
You
like,
appraise yourself.
yep, and
Guilty
they-
by association. And
You're
just
a
You
by
appraise
acting
pedophile
yourself.
like that.
defender, RJ. Pedophile
Oh,
defender.
it's like saying, yep, I haven't seen Trump name in the
ooh.
files myself, so he's still a good president. Like what?
Yeah, Kyra, I
Oh
agree.
no, let's
Yeah,
Yep.
this is how we're in the predicament we're at, actually, because a
yeah.
lot of ICE
Um,
agents, I forgot to mention this in my news of the world, but the ICE agents, they've been sexually abusing little girls and people in general. In total, they've sexually abused 41 people in ICE custody, and 18 of them were little girls. So just
the
wanted to put that out there.
world is going to end.
This is what you all voted for.
Yep.
Can we just blow up this? Like, can we just start over? Like, we need to start over.
Not to mention, there's literal taped footage of the so-called president in office saying, I don't know, start a fucking war or something, just don't let the Epstein files get out. Alleged that he, unalived a 13-year-old girl's baby, his baby that he got impregnated by, and
Yikes.
unalived the child while it was alive, allegedly in these files. So, no wonder he doesn't want them to get out, you would see, yeah, so this is the world we live in.
Yep.
Pedophilia is normalized. I mean,
Unfortunately, yeah, very normalized. This is all normal. Whatever R. Kelly did, I guess it just doesn't matter anymore.
yep.
It's normal.
Okay.
Well, everyday
No,
thing.
hey, Kyra,
Everybody's gonna
Kyra.
go through it.
Nope, that's in the past. We need to get over it, nigga. This was 30 years ago.
And about the being, he didn't pee on me thing. Imagine the person he peed on. Imagine that being you, and that gets out. Like that's very dehumanizing. Like I would not.
Exactly. And I was,
That's like, ooh. What were you gonna
yeah,
say?
not to cut you off. I'm gonna let you finish before I
No,
say.
it's okay. You can go.
Yeah, but I was actually talking about this with Robert and Devin. I was putting it in this perspective. A child is a child at the end of the day, and your brain doesn't fully develop till you're 25 years old. So a grown ass person touching on a little ass kid, that should never be normal in anybody's eyes. Because
Yes, no
first of
matter.
all, kids are there to be protected. They're never supposed to be looked at in that manner. First of all, and secondly, they are not developed enough to handle that, first of all. Secondly, not enough to consent to what they're doing and actually have no regrets. And it's wrong, morally wrong. You should not look at somebody younger than you in that manner, whether you want to say, oh, it's old enough to make your. No, no, no. It's wrong, and we should stop normalizing it.
This is why the age of consent should not be 16.
Yeah, I
I
agree with that.
with that
But
because
yeah,
people are gonna take.
No, but they can send us to war at 18, but you can't have a drink until you're 21. Hmm,
Yep.
something to talk about.
Hmm. Corruption has
yeah,
its
but
way.
besides, R. Kelly's worship bandits, that's not even the only worst case of celebrity worship. Drake,
No,
Beyonce,
trust me, I know.
those
Yeah.
are also pretty bad. These are the ones that we got to talk about today. It's that episode. We've been waiting for this.
Yeah. So
The Beyonce fans been getting more insufferable recently with Michael Jackson and stuff, saying that
Oh
he's not a
yikes!
vocalist. He's not a
yeah,
vocalist.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So Devin, it's okay if
They've
I
never listened to anything before bad. They've
Nah,
clearly.
nope.
nah, nah. And speaking of that, that brings me to Michael Jackson fans on how they specifically only really like and listen to him that much around the bad era. That's a little weird, ain't it?
Colorist,
Yep.
racist. Because it's mostly his, white fans, Fabio Jackson to be exact.
Yeah.
I don't know how can you look up to a black man and then be MAGA. That makes no sense to me,
Yep.
Fabio. But yeah, you have your own little demons to deal with because aren't you Latino yourself? So you're voting against yourself? But I'm gonna leave that where it's at. Yeah, Michael Jackson fans, specifically the non of color ones, I just genuinely don't see anybody doing Little Michael or Thriller Michael or Off the Wall Michael, and I have a problem with that. Like y'all don't appreciate his melanin.
Now, actually, I've seen somebody do the blaming on the boogie type of the Jacksons '70s era. I saw that, but it's always gonna get outweighed by people who want to do bad and dangerous and stuff
Yep.
like that in history.
That's all they care about, you know.
I mean, which are good eras of Michael, of course, but we gotta talk about the peak ones that started them all before it. Off the wall. The Jacksons. Even forever Michael. His best Motown album. That was
One
actually
Day in
released
Your
on the same
Life.
day.
Nope, no one talks about that.
Yeah, nah, those don't exist. Yep, his literal coming of age era as an adult star. Off the wall, his best album.
Yep.
That.
Even before then, I want to be where you are. Ben. One Day in Your Life, like I said, with a child's heart. Like, I mean, are we just choose to ignore these songs that molded him into the vocalist and I mean, Michael was a jack of all trades. We're not about to disregard the fact that he was a vocalist because, like, those songs that I just named, that was his vocalist era. Yeah, he was doing his little James Brown thing, but he was singing on those songs. Like, Who's Loving You? Like, that was a vocal performance.
Music and Me. That's another one.
Yeah,
It's the greatest show on earth. Everybody's somebody's fool. These are songs like this where Michael is literally pushing himself towards his limits while his voice is changing during some of these times too. But no, no, no,
yep,
no, not a vocalist.
No,
And
no, no. Nope.
please, please stop comparing other people towards him, saying that, oh yeah, can we all disagree that such and such is the Michael Jackson of our generation?
yeah,
No,
because Taylor Swift and Harry Styles, out of all people, that's
Yep.
so disrespectful.
Chris Brown
That
even
is so disrespectful to Michael.
Chris Brown too,
no,
bro.
Yeah, Chris Brown, that woman beater that loves to put his hands on women.
Yep.
We won't get into that. I
Y'all
will never support Chris Brown ever in my entire lifetime
actually
because yeah,
gag.
they love to cover up the Rihanna case. No, he almost killed Rihanna.
Yeah.
Like that's not a he just put her hands on. No, he had to be in domestic violence class for over some years for that. That's not something to sweep under the rug. Chris Brown will never be Michael.
Absolutely not. I physically gag
For
every
as
time
long as
I
he
see
lives,
a
he
concert.
will never do that. Michael's been dead for 16 years and he's still breaking new records.
Yep.
So,
he's
like we can't
outselling the living without trying.
exactly.
Dad,
Like,
I just wanted to bring up with the celebrity stuff, man. So yeah, 11 years of being a fan of a group and they don't even care about you, gang. We dead ass. This is what we doing now, bro. Seriously, 11 years. You posted your record collection just for one of the main guys who's left not to see and not like it. You basically ruined the entire group for everybody because you just wouldn't shut up about it. We serious? This is where we're at. You gotta talk about these people every day, gang. Seriously, we dead ass, man. Every day.
Robert,
I'm just
Robert,
we talking about celebrity.
Robert. Trisco was cooking eggs at 2 a.m.
Oh
in
my God. Yep. Yep.
1985
Yep. Yep.
in
Yep. He,
February.
yep. And Jesse was brushing his teeth on April 2nd, 1985 at 3:30
Ooh.
in the morning. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
Robert.
yeah.
I mean, it's
But
something
wait a
to
minute,
talk
Ari.
about.
Don't tell them that I mean tell them that I put you on. Yep. Tell them
That
that.
never happened.
Yep.
Oh, that never happened.
Yep. Yep. But nope, nope, nope. Nobody would know about those guys if it weren't for me. Devin, you
Yeah,
want to say
maybe
anything?
home, but not. Yeah. So
but yeah, mainly also besides those instances, um No, as much as I like people like Bruno Mars and Drake and stuff, and like what I think they say Trey Songz, they're not going to be on Michael Jackson level fame. Nobody's reaching those heights. Not people say even I Show Speed has reached Michael Jackson type of
Okay,
fame.
that
Now
fucking
Speed is
What are we
very
yapping about, bro?
popular. Now Speed is very popular, but no one's going that far to say Michael
For
Jackson
doing
Speed.
backflips and
What
barking.
talent
No
does
yep.
he
disrespect to
have?
Speed, but
Speed has no humanely talent.
He acts like an
His name
ass.
is Speed for a reason, bro. Take one.
Yeah. So Deb, I want to bring another group of people into this celebrity worship. You stupid ass barbs or wherever the fuck y'all call yourselves. Y'all, what the hell?
Yeah, the Nicki Minaj fans, bruh. Yikes.
Especially after what she did recently, like we for real?
boys will be boys, and that's okay.
Yeah. Trump is a dashing, stunning man. This is who y'all supporting? It,
36 counts of convicted felonies, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
I
this,
wouldn't
That's
say
the
that
ideal dashing man, by the way.
that
as a
that that's our
celebrity.
queen of rap. That's our queen of rap.
Yep, as a celebrity with a platform that big, I wouldn't say that if even if I was forced to with a gun against my head.
Kissing little girls on the mouth and telling an 8-year-old girl that she sounds sexy and cute on the phone. This is the dashing ideal man that every little young man is supposed to look up to
yep.
in her eyes.
Dude
I
said
mean,
perhaps if however you say his freaking daughter's name, that if she wasn't my daughter, perhaps I would be dating her. Yeah.
Ivanka,
Yep.
I think,
It's starting
yep.
to
But
sound
no,
like
that Nicki
shit
Minaj is
over there,
goat.
man.
That's her goat.
Yep, that's what he said about Iran, or yep, that's what he said about his own daughter.
I mean, Erica Kirk's husband dissed you, and then you're on the stage with her. I mean, Charlie Kirk quoted from his own mouth. I don't think Nicki Minaj is the ideal role model for 18-year-old black girls. Not that he has a say on what is and isn't good for 18-year-old black girls. I mean, he's not one. But yeah, he dissed you, and then you turn around and sell yourself out to be on stage with Erica Kirk. I mean, how far gone are we? And then you're an immigrant yourself, but you're supporting everything that the said person in office is doing. I mean,
Wait, son, aren't you from like Trinidad? What,
yes. Yep, this is the worst part of it
man?
all. There's a GoFundMe to deport her. I don't
Ooh,
support the deportation at all because this is not right and it's inhumane. But unless it happens to them personally, they're not gonna get why it's wrong. So that GoFundMe is not necessarily wrong, and that's my opinion. People like that and that have the mindset of that, they have to go through it to understand. So no, I don't feel bad. No, I don't. I mean, because you're advocating for inflicting harm on other people. Why don't you deserve it? It's the same with pedophilia. You're willing to inflict harm on a child. Why don't you deserve harm yourself? I mean,
Another group of insufferable fans is the Prince fans recently on TikTok and stuff saying, "Oh yeah, this is why Prince is better. You know, he can actually play instruments." And Michael was just humming the melody of "Another Part of Me" with a guy in the studio. You know, going dun, 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 dun. All that's all he was doing. That, and they said, "See, this is why Prince is better because you know he was playing instruments." Michael Jackson has literally been confirmed to play multiple instruments. Actually, he's on an album holding a guitar. He's playing
yeah,
a
for God's
guitar.
sake. I mean, Tito, his brother, his father played guitar, for God's sake. I mean, most of his brothers play instruments, and you'd think he didn't pick up any of those um mannerisms or something like that. Like, are we serious? Like, we're not about to sit. I don't understand why you have to degrade one black person to put another black person on top of that said black person. I don't like when our community does that because they do it so often. Oh, such and such doesn't have this aspect or this aspect. This is why this person is the GOAT. Why can't we just appreciate both of the people's music for what it is? Because everybody's art style is different.
Kendrick
Every
and Drake.
everybody is different.
Hey, it's like J. Cole said, why can't two legends coexist?
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, shout out J. Cole. He's dropping new music next month too. Excited to hear that. But yeah, I mean, it's real spill. I just don't understand why people can't be friendly and unite. This is exactly why I keep quoting what Fred Hampton was advocating for, because it's like we can't have equality unless we accept equality.
Yeah, and also people have become way more performative when it comes to some of these certain music artists. Hell, Kendrick Lamar, because before his beef with Drake, nobody was advocaatly hating on him, saying that, oh yeah, he sucks, he does this and that, he has been good since Damn, he has been good since To Pimp a Butterfly. It makes no sense. No comments were like this before the beef, but now all of a sudden he sucks. At best, people would say that he was like slightly overrated. But now to go on a limb and say that he's ass and stuff like that makes no sense. Same thing with Drake too. I mean, he has his controversies from time to time with other rappers and stuff, but the Kendrick hate just came out of complete nowhere, dude. That's another thing with performative fans like that. It makes no sense.
I mean, well, Kendrick doesn't like kids. Drake does. I mean, that's the only difference. I will never support Drake. Yeah, I mean, uh, I, I don't know why we don't call out celebrities for being pedophiles anymore. I mean, it's plain in our faces. I don't know why we're sweeping this under a rug. I've never listened to a Drake song after I found that out. No, no.
Well,
I mean, I hear you like them young. It's right there. Our
yeah,
faces.
he made 5 awards off of that song, so the proof is in the pudding, man. We all know who came out on top. We all know who raps better. So yeah. So before I get into this next one, anybody else got any other group of fans that's insufferable? Honorable mention BTS fans. They're pretty annoying. Uh, anybody else got any group of
Yikes.
fans that's pretty insufferable?
I'm gonna do a good long think on that one. Let me just go to my playlist.
Not a specific group of fans, but it's the
Man,
fans that excuse people's actions because they're attractive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just say you
Reginald,
like their looks
Mary
instead
J.
of their music,
Blige.
bro. It's okay. If you like their looks better than their music, okay, it's all right. But shut the fuck up. No, no, you have no opinion. This is look.
Yeah, to
Point.
use a
This point, this is
situation,
look.
to use a situation, not to cut anybody off. My bad. If you were not talking, like, I mean, I found out some information that allegedly, I mean, it's not really alleged, it came out of Danny Boy's mouth, that him and Mary J. Blige had a thing going on, and Danny Boy was in fact underage. And a lot of people find Mary J. Blige attractive, so they just swept this under the rug. I barely even knew about it until I had to do my research on it. So but yeah, apparently in quotes of a person that I would never have kudos with, um, he wanted it. He wanted it. And that's gonna get into something we're gonna talk about a little later. But he wanted it all because Mary is attractive. Yeah, yeah. Niggas be sick out here. I have nowhere. I have no way else to put it. I mean, niggas be sick out here. How can you genuinely say that? You're not Danny Boy, so you don't know what Danny Boy wanted. The hell are we talking about?
This is not related to music, but them TikTok fan pages of them like TikTok idols, they piss me off too.
the TikTok idols.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah. Who is this guy?
And who are their idols exactly?
It's like I don't know because I don't be on TikTok, But every time I do, if I want to look up something, I just see like it's this one girl, and it's just like it's just so much like stuff, and it's just too much like negative stuff, positive stuff, all these rumors. That's another reason why I try to stay off social media because it's like it's drowning.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, you right. You right. Hmm.
Anyway,
Let's see. I feel like I know I'm missing somebody before I get into the big bells of the ball. For insufferable fans. Let me take one good glance on the people that I listen to before I get into the real stuff.
I would also say New Edition. I'm a fan. I don't know some of them. Certain person we all know of, by the way. That's not
Right.
too deep into that, but
There ain't nothing we can do about that one.
yeah.
No, but Robert, could
Some
you
of them are just
imagine TC
backwards for no
singing "When Will
reason.
I See Your Smiling
Oh
Face"?
my God! Shut up.
but but
Hey
TC though.
Ori, TC was supposed to sing
Oh
that
shit!
song.
Oh shit!
Wait. Okay, before I get into the big guys, just remember the obvious
SpongeBob,
ones.
big guy. Yep.
No,
Right.
no, no,
Robert,
no,
you have one more time
no,
before you're kicked off.
no.
Stop singing
Uh,
these terrible
enough,
songs.
enough. The other bad part, the other bad part is the Diana Ross fans. They are
Oh yeah,
petty.
Oh.
that. Yeah, that. Yeah. Diana Ross doll. Fucking idiot. Fuck you.
The Diana Ross fans are diabolical. They're
A Diana Ross
Have
doll.
we
20.
mentioned this before?
I don't know if we have, but if so, it's been a
We
while.
went over it. Yeah.
But
I don't
I don't
know, but they
specific. I don't
they are
specifically.
insufferable from like trying to sexualize Michael when it was obviously grooming, whether you want to sugarcoat it and say it's not. From them, I don't know, comparing other artists to her and just worshiping everything she does, even though she. I mean, it's not really a secret that she fucked her way to the top. Excuse my vulgar language, but I'm just gonna call it for what it is. Dee, yeah, people like her just love to sweep that under the rug. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
if I was her,
by,
I would do it too,
by the
or something
way,
along the lines of that. To justify it, excuse me, like
People
it's
sell out their
valid.
morals and principles for
hmm.
anything, man.
Yeah.
By the way, Dee Dee's also a pedophile, just like
oh,
Diana.
oh, oh,
Ooh,
oh, oh.
ooh. Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Well, it's time to get to the worst ones of them all. The David Ruffin and Eddie Kendrick fans.
Oh yeah.
The
Can
ones,
I
the
please
ones that
go
we all
first?
waiting for.
Can I please go first, Devin? Please. Yeah. So, all we all know how great David and Eddie was, right? We know they're the main two people of this group, right? But that doesn't mean you have to just shit on everybody else, but especially Otis. But just because you love David and Eddie doesn't mean Otis has to get all the slander in the world, bro.
Mm.
Oh, oh yeah. Eddie. Let's talk about him specifically. So, I don't. If it's not Eddie, I don't care. Oh, is he dead?
Disregarding Richard Street's death.
Yep. Oh, is he dead?
Disregarding his death and his birthday off for Eddie Kendrick's death anniversary.
Yep. Any age,
Oh,
any age. Yep. Remember that, Devin? Any age.
oh,
Are we not gonna like forget the
this
fact
is
that Richard
not
kind of
looking good.
suffered trauma or some type of like I don't know sadness because I mean the day after his birthday he was informed that Eddie died so like we're not
Yep.
nobody's gonna feel bad about that.
And hate to
No,
say it,
bless
but
his heart.
Eddie's not the greatest of guys neither. But yeah, he's on the pedophile list. So, but no, people still want to praise this guy. Still have a fan page of him.
No,
Yep.
No,
any age though, Robert. Any
Yep.
age.
That
no, the main
15 and
no,
19. Yep.
listen. What Tipton Temptations, aka CJ, what he told me is that Eddie gets the most glaze like that is because he was an attractive dude. If he was a regular average N word that didn't look how he looked, everybody wouldn't worship him as much. Because for people to only solely like just his tenor voice and only Damon Harris, he sounds like Eddie, but every time people like Glenn
Glenn
Leonard,
Leonard,
who's a very great vocalist, sing "Just My Imagination," they be like, "No, no, 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 no! It's not Eddie Kendrick. He's not Eddie.
no, no,
No
Yeah.
shit, he's not Eddie. That's the whole freaking point that he's not Eddie.
yep,
That's
Yeah.
Glenn Leonard. That's the whole point. Have you forgotten that when they were trying to replace him?" Replace Glenn during the reunion with Eddie. Eddie stood up for him. He stood up
yep,
for a tenor that wasn't himself.
yep.
Like
They don't talk
people are
about
just the
that.
fakest
Yeah.
of fans.
But no, no,
And
no,
not to cut you off, I was talking about this with Melvin Jr. in his live the other day. Like, why is Glenn so underrated, and why do we just genuinely not care to talk about other people and give them credit? I mean, they might not be your favorite, but just to not give them credit at all, for your ears to not work that bad. You say Glenn sounds bad of all people when he's the only temptation I know to get on a song and hold a 40-second note. We're not about to disrespect this
no,
man.
no, no. He's okay. It's all about Eddie, big dog. It's about Eddie
Oh
Kendrick,
yeah, he's
man.
okay, big dog. I prefer something else, big dog.
Yeah,
Shut your
man. It's about Eddie Kendrick,
man.
man. He the
I'm not
main
even gonna
man.
get into whatever I had to deal with in those terms of aspect. That man is
Another pedophile, by the
stupid,
way. But yeah,
stupid, stupid.
But I'm Ari, and Devin's joke earlier is gonna get us canceled. But me saying that word is gonna make us, give tons of viewership. Shut up.
I mean, what?
Be quiet.
I mean, if
Speak
anybody
up.
deserves that word, it's him. I don't call nobody else but him that, because I mean, the extra chromosome. I mean, God. Anyways,
yeah. He rode the
yeah.
short bus. He rode the short bus. Everybody. So
But yeah, simply the David Ruffin Eddie Kendrick fans are completely out of hand.
if it ain't, I
CJ did
think
a post where he was giving Dennis Edwards his flowers for his great contributions because again he's been in the group 4 times and gave a hit each time,
yep,
and still people saying, "Oh yeah, he's great, but he's not David." Again, that's the whole point of being a different
yep.
singer,
David,
not to be exactly
David
like the other
encouraged
person.
him to do it. You jackass. The hell?
Yeah, have people literally forgot that David said, "I want you to be the only one in the world to take my place in the Temptations. I don't want anybody else to do it but you." He hand chose him. Him, Otis, and Eddie Kendricks. Two of those guys just mentioned y'all love to glaze so much, and that third guy y'all love to demonize so much. Because to say that Otis was the real villain of the Temptations and that he killed Paul and Dingy, y'all
Okay.
don't know nothing that y'all talking about.
Yep. He killed Paul. He killed Paul. Oh.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to talk about. Not only the Glenn hate, the Lewis hate, the Richard hate, but the Otis hate. It has got to stop. Like, I mean, yeah, he made decisions, but he made them for business, first of all, and all of his decisions weren't his decisions. It was Barry Gordy that was constantly screwing them over, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. Y'all need to leave Otis alone, first of all, because he wouldn't choose to invite these people into his home, and accept them as brothers if he was just going to turn around and rip them off. That was Barry Gordy's fault. And the same thing with the movie. He didn't have any control over that, because I believe in my heart of hearts, had he had control over that and it was actually accurate, they should have got Dennis Edwards. He was alive and well. So if they didn't want to make it David villain story, is what that miniseries was. If they didn't want to make it a David villain story, they would have got everybody else's opinions and actually did it the right way. So stop attacking Otis for something that's not his fault.
David Jr. You know, you're the
His
same
new
guy still
album though.
complaining about this movie. It's been almost 30 years. Let it go, bro. It's too late. They made their money off of the movie. It sold. It did
And by the
great.
way,
People
David
still
Jr.
love it. It's
By the
too
way,
late.
David Jr. I ain't gonna cut you off, but David Jr. But in reality, bro, they saved your dad. Okay, your dad did a lot of worse stuff than what's in the movie. We all know that.
And also according to Melvin Jr., the Temptation Me series is supposed to come out actually in 1996, but it got delayed for some other reason, he said. But
Mm.
yeah, that's when it was originally supposed to come out. But yeah, to say that Otis is some type of mastermind and that he slimed out Paul, David, and Eddie for more fame is honestly stupid. I don't understand how we give Otis all the slander, but give all the love to Barry Gordy because he made Motown. The artists made themselves. Marvin Gaye made his own talent. Stevie Wonder made his own talent. Barry
Barry
just owns the
Gordy.
building. He's a fraud. Why do y'all love him so much? He's a loser.
Mm, yeah, not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you speak because that is the full truth. But Barry Gordy, I was gonna say, like, he is like a way less worse Diddy. Like, he's just all he's good for is the founding and ripping people off. He's good for nothing else, really. I mean, him and Marvin Gaye's situation, I'm not even gonna go into that. He tried to rip off a blind man, Stevie Wonder. Who does that in any humanity? If you look at somebody in a humane way, who rips off a blind man? He gave fake contracts to everybody except for the Miracles, all in the purpose of to crack Claudette Robinson. I mean, this guy is not a good guy. I've said this on my Instagram story. Um, Anything I say there, I'm not afraid to say here. So, like, I mean, this is not a good guy because at the end of the day, he treated his own people like this.
Yeah,
And lied to them and said, "Oh, we're gonna be the biggest black group ever," but you're stealing their money and you are leaving them homeless in said future.
like
That's why
dude.
Eddie left. It wasn't Otis sliming him out. No, it was Barry's fault. That's why I say most of the stuff that went wrong is Barry's fault. We could have had a Four Tops and Temptations collab that could have fed their families, and made them more money. But selfish Barry Gordy's no, we have to make more for the groups and stuff like that. I mean, he's yeah. I can't support that. I can't support him.
Yeah, because a couple days ago, it was the Motown anniversary. It had been 67 years since this guy had founded Motown. Dog, I just looked at it and scrolled. Bro, I don't care. If he wasn't such a terrible, corrupt guy that stole these people money and the reason why half of them died poor, I would be more happy, but I can't be. Dude, he's awful. Florence Ballard was on welfare, struggling, dying from literal cancer. And this dude could have literally gave the resources to help her. And he didn't. He sat
Mm-hmm.
by and let it happen. But if it was Diana Ross that was like that, then he would have gave every penny he had for her to be
Mm.
a okay.
Yep.
Speak.
But
Yeah.
nah. Florence Ballard,
I
she's
mean,
fat. You know, she's
All
a has
we
been.
yeah, we don't
no,
have
Devin.
yeah, exactly.
No, Devin.
Let's
All
not
because she
forget the fact
rejected him.
that he verbally abused this woman. I mean, like,
Yep.
he's not a good guy. If it wasn't Diana or if it wasn't putting money in his pockets, he didn't care about it, truly.
But
I mean,
Devin.
if it wasn't excuse my vulgarness, but I mean, if he wasn't trying to crack something or if it wasn't benefiting him sexually or financially, he just genuinely didn't care.
Yep. But Devin, remember, he treated Florence like this all because she rejected
Yes, yes. Not every woman thinks that you're hot shit, Barry. Not everybody has to fold on their knees for you. You're not all that. So I understand why you just expect everybody to just fall right to you like you're some type of king. Like, no, bro. He literally tried to take away Marvin's cultural impact of what's going on album because he thought it would be too political to talk about and he should continue making records like I heard through the grapevine. No, somebody needs to speak out about what's going on, and he did that with his album. That's what legendary artists do. Stevie Wonder, he went in the same direction. Eddie Kendrick solo in his coming of age era, he did that. And all three of their albums were successful. These are three successful legendary artists, and that's what they do. Barry Gordy is a fraud. I don't understand why we demonize Otis, but glorify Barry like he did something so great. No, he didn't. He's not even the first black man to own his own record company. Sam Cooke was. And and let's be honest, Barry got that type of styling from Sam Cooke. That was inspired by Sam Cooke. Let's be honest. And be honest, if Sam ain't died, his record label would have bloomed in business. He already had the Valentinos and well, you know they kind of slimed him out. But before that, they had the Valentinos, Johnny Taylor, Billy Preston. He had a bunch of people on his label that would have did big things if he had just lived.
Yeah, you know, if he had Johnny Taylor, he would have had Otis Redding instead of Stax. I mean,
Exactly.
just something to think about.
No, but no, Barry. And also, let's talk about how he violently slimed out Paul too. Paul was already, a little bit down in the dumps for, not being
Them
in the
three
pits no
solo
more.
songs, man.
Paul was in the Temptations for like a decade and stuff. And when he had to leave, that made him feel some type of way. He took that personally. But when he mustered up the confidence and the health to get better and actually stop drinking and get his life back on track so he could continue being a singer, his lifelong passion, he decided, with the help of, Eddie Kendricks, he'll start a solo career. So he tries, and he does good because the three solo songs that he has are fantastic. Um, and the first song, "Feel Like Giving Up." Now, Barry's reason on why he didn't put that song out as a single, because it was supposed to be his debut single, is because, oh yeah, well, Paul just died. He committed suicide, quote unquote, and nobody wants to hear a title song like that.
He was
After he just
murdered.
died, dude.
Yeah.
The lyrics are about heartbreak, not a suicide cry for help. And according to Paul's brother, he said, nah, Paul had this song since 1972. He only died a year later. That was a perfect enough time to release the song as
Yep.
a single. So it kind of makes no sense. And Joseph Williams said that, no. The reason why the Williams family hates Motown so much and they hate Berry Gordy is because they were slowly killing Paul, like on the
Yeah.
inside, because like he put his effort into this. Like Eddie said, he wanted that record more than anything. That record meant a lot to him. And for Barry to selfishly charge him money for studio time that he really didn't have because he still was financially in a hole from that beauty salon he tried to open a couple years ago. This man was struggling to get back on his feet, which he shouldn't have to because he's in a multi-million selling group that's been all over the world and sold millions of records and claims that if Shelley Berger and Smokey Robinson and Norman Whitfield and Barry Strong write this type of record and they win this type of award, this type of show, then they'll be set for life. But no, Barry's behind the scenes just picking away at their money, just taking it, and that's why Eddie hates him so much, hated him so much, and he said what Barry was doing by not releasing Paul's record was killing him on the inside. Barry had no plans on releasing Paul's debut record that could have continued his career as a solo artist, like Ruffin and Kendrick. It was slowly killing him. So that's
Yeah.
Barry's fault. Barry contributes to destroying Paul's mental health more. He's a selfish, terrible fraud.
Yeah.
He
And to
sucks.
move us, not to cut you off, but to move us back on track, another thing I was thinking about, like, we got to understand that Paul was the original lead singer. So to get back into the topic of, oh, David and Eddie fans only want to focus on David and Eddie, that's impossible when the group started off with Paul leading the group. Like, this was never a Eddie show. Yeah, he got a couple of songs on the first album, but this was supposed to be Paul leading the group, and he was the original lead singer. Like, that's not in no type of propaganda that I'm making up. It's the truth. And it's sad that the fact that y'all always leave him out in the lead singer topic.
Right, it makes no sense. Mind you, Paul stayed in the group longer than both of them. One of them got fired and one of them quit on their own merit. But who was still around? Paul Williams Sr. was still around. He was there first. His voice was so good. Barry was so impressed with his voice in the beginning. That just shows how much of a crook he is, how much he easily backtracks. He literally offered Paul a solo contract at first to be Motown's next big male star. But he said that, nah, I'm more comfortable being in the group. Barry took that he took that personally. He said, "Oh, okay, you don't want my offer? All right, bet." And then around that time, basically 9, 10 years later, when that offer comes back around more again for Paul to be a solo artist, Barry does everything to not let it happen. I mean, it took him 20 years after Paul died to release two of his songs. And then his third song that I didn't even know existed until the Paul Williams fan page a couple years back, I Need You More Than Ever. That song didn't get released till 2010. Now, if we do a gap between how long 1973 was when Paul unfortunately passed away to 2010, that's a pretty long freaking gap, ain't it?
Yeah, 37 years.
That's 30, almost 40 years of not releasing one song. Why wasn't the song put on the compilation that y'all did in like 95 or 96 after a couple years after Eddie and David passed away? Why wasn't that song put on there? And where's the rest of Dennis's first solo album? The one from the 70s, not Don't Look Any Further. Where's the one he was supposed to put out around the same time as Teddy Pendergrass? Why is it still in the Motown vault? Dennis has been dead for 8 years now. What's going on? Why is it still not out? Why is Only When the Lights Come Down on Love out? Where's the rest?
Where's the rest? I mean, we're probably not gonna get that till 2031. I mean, they did the same thing with Marvin, You're the Man. They did the same thing with David, This is not anything new that Motown is. Yeah, Barry Gordy's a shit human. I mean, yeah, again, if it doesn't benefit his financial pockets, he's not doing
Or
it.
his sex pocket?
I mean, yeah.
'Cause that's all that matters.
Yep, sign the miracles just to get a Claudette. Mm-hmm.
Just for it not
I
to
mean,
happen.
well, yeah. Is there any other fans that are out of hand before we? Because, like, yeah. I mean, time.
If I
Time.
had my watch, I'd do it.
Time.
But no, that's it. So yeah, that's mainly it for that. The main topic of the episode, basically how most of these it isn't the actual artists, except for some of them, but it's just mainly the fans that make it more insufferable. But we're gonna move on to our last two
Mm-hmm.
portions. We're gonna move on to
Yeah.
our last two portions. So, um, we have our facts with Kyera. So, yeah, hopefully, if she's still with us, she can tell us what our facts are.
Yes, I've been waiting. Um, as we know, Martin Luther King's birthday was just yesterday. His national day is coming up Monday. So I have two fun facts about Dr. King. Okay, let's see here. So my first fact was his original birth name was actually Michael King, and it was changed when he was just 5 years old. His father, he had like a whole travel trip in like the 1930s, but specifically 1934, he had a trip to Germany where he was inspired by the Protestant Reformation leader Martin Luther and witnessed the rise of Nazism, deciding to honor Luther's values of faith and justice in the face of oppression. I had to write that one down because that's a good fact. Because a lot of people only know I have a dream, so yikes.
Yikes.
Very much yikes. And also, Dr. King was like literally a prodigy when he was younger. Like he went to college at 15, skipped like 2, 3 grades, graduated in like what, I don't know, 1948 when he was like 19. So that's also a good fact people need to know about his background and where he comes from. Because of what he did and the changes that he had, more than just I have a dream. Some people need to know more about that too, like his background
Mm-hmm.
comes up from.
Speaking of speeches, that he had are famous. I've been to the mountaintop.
Yes,
That's pretty
yes.
good. Let's look into that.
And let's actually, listen because there's some things he speak about that's, happening today. So
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
50 years later, without even him being here, so
Yep.
unfortunate. I wish him
Exactly.
and Malcolm X met more than once, but
Yes.
I'm glad that
Yes.
that did happen,
Yeah.
and I'm glad multiple photos was caught of it.
Yeah.
Did more than twice, actually.
Right.
Yeah, but those are my two facts.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good to spread education about like the people that got us where we're at today
Exactly.
in terms of equality. So yeah, I like that. Thanks for that.
Yeah, of course. A lot of people do need to know that too, because we're currently in a state where we're going backwards in time. So if people
Mhm.
listen and pay more attention to what people were talking about back then, we would realize, hey, so we're actually not going in the right direction, which a lot
Yeah.
of people, especially in this generation, the upper coming generation, do not know about. And we need to be more aware,
I mean, yeah,
environmentally, politically, all of that.
I'm glad you said that, especially because like they're playing in our faces. The exact same propaganda that they were using in 1930s Germany is the exact same propaganda they're using now with
Yep.
ICE and all that. And I specifically want to touch on Hitler and the mustache, the milk mustache. You
Yes.
know,
Growing
Trump
up.
released the photo of doing the exact same thing. So I just wanted to put that out in the air. His intentions are not good, and it's like a slap in the face, wake up. But
Yeah, literally. It's like people.
yeah, that's all we have. Devin, you can lead us into the next segment if that's all Kyra had to say. I like that fact though. I really like those facts.
To wrap it up there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the awesome facts. And I'm glad that you wrote those down and memorized them because that it takes a lot to do that. Because people need to do more stuff like that, especially nowadays.
Right.
Yeah, but some don't care to. They want to talk about Star Wars.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm,
Oh
Our generation,
gosh.
by the way.
Star Wars. Yep.
mm, yep.
Oh. Oh.
Anyway.
Oh. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
On more important terms.
Okay, so now we have our final bell of the ball for today. It feels very awkward out the effects, but yeah, we still got a good show planned either way. So, but next week they'll be back. We have our final portion of today. We have Robert's logic. So, what's the logic for this week, man?
I want to talk about people who victim blame. Victim blame women. Yep.
Explain
Because
what you mean by that.
the guys that go around saying, "Oh, she knew what she was doing. She deserved it. She shouldn't have been wearing that." Stuff like that. Or I don't know about her. It's clearly a victim, but you don't know about her. But okay. Stuff like that. Why? How are you as a grown ass man just going to dismiss how you and others made somebody feel, man? Like that's just sickening to me. How do you have no accountability? You
Yeah, how
did
you
it.
sleep at night? That's
You did it.
evil.
You admitted to doing it. You admitted to doing it. And all the other people got to say is, "Oh, okay," and just dismiss it. Like that's crazy. So,
Yeah, or you ain't know and it's all right.
yep. So, yeah. What do y'all got to say about that?
Dude, that's terrible. Like I just said, dude. A lot of things that I think about that people say and do, I'd be like, bro, how do you willingly go through life knowing that you typed that or that you said that? Like, how do you sleep at night? That's insane. That another human can say stuff like that, and then you look at it and be like, dog, I would never say something like that. Why would somebody else say something like that? Like, it's insane, man. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But to say, "Oh yeah, man, she had it coming," she knows she shouldn't have been wearing something like that. Grow up, gang. Like, are you serious? That's not an excuse to either rape somebody or sexually harass them. Make them uncomfortable, especially if you're like in your 20s or something, and the person is like in high school.
Yeah, 14 and
That
20
that's bad.
calling her fine,
That's
Taryn.
that's bad. That's bad to do stuff like that. That's horrible. You're not supposed to even look at people like that in that type of format. They're in high school. You're
Exactly.
not.
You're not
That
supposed to.
that's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, very.
Me and one of my good friends, Israel, was actually talking about this. Shout out to Israel, one of the original members. I'm never gonna discredit any of my members like somebody. Um,
Yeah,
So we're talking about this actually. I mean, it really makes no sense. What can somebody in still in school that has to listen to a teacher as a grown ass man? What can they genuinely do for you? Like that's
Yeah,
sick. I mean, I don't understand it. We both were talking about that. Shout out to Israel, man. It's my guy.
like, bruh, you're a grown ass nigga. Why on earth would you ever aim the camera so your private parts can be shown to a minor? Why? Why? And then to deny it and then say, "Oh, I don't know how you could interpret it that way." Nigga, are you serious? You did it. Take accountability. KKK, Kyra, how do you feel about it?
One thing I want to say is being inconsiderate is very childish, especially when it comes to people's real emotions and feelings, you know. And another thing we have said multiple times in multiple episodes, and this earlier episode is pedophilia should not be normalized at all. I mean, you know, it's also 50-year-old men looking at 13-year-old girls, but it's also people in their 20s that's like, and that's like one of the real situations that's always ignored is 20-year-olds looking at people and girls in high school. It's like grown women too. Like you shouldn't be flirting with teenage boys. Like that's not normal. I don't care if
Yeah.
you're 22, you graduated high
Yeah,
school
Mary J.
2 years. I don't
Blige.
care. It's not normal. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I don't like how female pedophiles get away just scot free or something.
People get away with it so much. Like,
Boy moms.
ew,
Oh God,
go away,
no,
get
A
out.
no,
lot of them
no,
need to be
no,
investigated by
We
CPS.
yes,
no,
we've all seen
no.
that video of the basketball
Yep.
mom. We've
No,
all
Devin, he's my little man. He's my little man.
Ah, shut up.
He's
No, he's
not
not.
supposed to be your man. You're supposed to be raising him to protect him as your son, not raising him to be your second husband. You sick fuck.
when she
Or
wants my son, she has
Ew.
to
or to be like,
come
oh
through
yeah, I
first.
don't want my son. I'm sorry.
That's so
She has to
nasty,
come
bro.
first. She doesn't come, girl.
Yeah, or I don't want my son dating a girl because I don't want to put no other girl before me. I think that's the point. You know, in the
When
Bible it says, the man has to leave his family behind and start a new one. That's the whole point, you idiot.
yes,
That's the
thank
whole
you for
point.
bringing up the Bible. That's actually yeah. And then we wonder
Mm,
why we have so many what is the term mama's boys. Yeah, it's sickening. Come on
Y'all
now.
are disgusting, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to touch on the back to the topic, that Robert brought, victim blaming. I mean, you can't change people like that because I mean it goes more into that's how they view women and that's how they view the world and like I mean if they're that far gone it's not gonna change them or if that they have an ego so big that they can't admit when they're wrong or say hey I'm sorry that made you uncomfortable instead they have to turn it around and blame them for feeling that way. I
Yeah.
mean, as a human, they can't really control whether they felt that way or not, especially if it's a child. I mean, everything goes out the window when it's in comparison of a child to a grown person. Like they literally cannot control if they felt uncomfortable around you or not. And for them to speak up and say something and for it to be swept under the rug, I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
boys will be boys.
yeah. Thank you,
Mhm.
Miss
And
Whatever
it's
Ariana.
just
you
normal. It's just normal to do that and for nobody to feel any type of way. I mean,
I
if
don't
you wouldn't do it in front of a grown man to make a grown man uncomfortable, don't do it in front of a kid.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up tonight because yeah, that's something we dealt with in our personal lives with people just victim blaming and just not taking accountability. Like, come on, dude, do better, man. This should have to stop. But that's all I really had to say. It's just it makes no sense. Like, two grown ass men that just can't take accountability. Sad, man. But that's all I
And
was.
Yeah. I mean,
we have an episode like that coming up anyway about entitlement. So yeah, that'll be something
yeah, I
great.
mean, we have a lot of things in store for the Truth and Harmony, because we don't sit on our asses and do anything and
Yeah,
just
we
post
don't
on our
talk
notes
about.
and say we will be back. We actually show up and
Yeah,
do what we say. So
we don't invite.
if that's it, Robert, I mean, that's a great thing to talk about. I'm glad you talked about that today because it happens too often, especially with the pedophilia and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah,
glad Devin like brought it up a little bit, and I also brought it up with excusing pedophilia to portray somebody as attractive. I never agree with that. But if that's all y'all have, we can end it off because I don't have a song selection for this week, but I'll be back next week dressed up as somebody. So yeah, stay tuned. But today I wanted to be on the more serious side because I had a lot to talk about from the last time we were on here.
It has been some time, but yeah, another thing that I would like to say that is also pretty bad is the teachers sleeping with their students, and then the people being like, oh man, bro, he's so lucky, I wish that was me, and stuff like that. No you don't. No you don't. See, that's even worse when people just think with their privates and not with their skulls, their heads, their brains, their hearts. People need to think properly, not lustfully. It's embarrassing, it's disgusting, and I hate it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
even
wish
if
that
Yeah.
you
was
do
me.
think about it, even if you do think about it, it's realistic to you. Don't act on it. It's never that serious.
He's
It's
so
never that
lucky.
serious.
He's so lucky, bro. That teacher's hot. Why is he complaining? Dude, he had his
Oh,
innocence taken from him. Of course he'd be complaining. It doesn't matter if the
Exactly.
person's hot or not. He lost his childlike wonder. He'll never
it's
be
about
able
the
to
books.
Exactly.
It's
look
about the
at life the
principle.
same again.
That messes people's literal brain structure up, and like you don't do that to kids at the end of the day. And again, like we were talking about, it's just too normalized with teens being endangered by grown ass men or grown ass women. Like there's no
Yeah,
exception to the rule.
They can also grow up to be like that too, or either just not grow up at
Yeah.
all because they
exactly.
become very
That's
depressed,
why I said
kill
it messes
themselves.
up their brain structure and it literally traumatizes them to the point where some of them don't have the coping skills to deal with it in a positive manner, so they turn around and do it to other people.
Right.
We see it all the time. I mean, psychology and stuff like that.
Or then
It's a
they get
lot that goes
themselves into
into
that
it.
life,
Hmm?
they get themselves into that life. They go out and sleep with a bunch of people, get stuck with a bunch of kids they don't want, get
Yeah.
stuck in a certain lifestyle, then don't want to pay child support. So now you hiding from the government. It's just it goes.
Yeah, they become so hypersexual because of what they were like, what was done to them young as while they were younger. So yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Really is terrible. Protect children. That's the message of the day. Just protect kids, bro.
and their innocence.
Yeah.
There's also there's also another thing that I'm planning on doing for this year for the podcast and for as long as we do it. Each I'm gonna put one song in the description each week that reflects on everything that we talk about. So the song that I'm gonna put this week is very deep and it needs to be talked about more. It's a song by the late great James Ingram and it's called "A Baby's Born" from his Always You album. And the song
That's a
mainly
nice
talks about
song.
stuff that always goes on in the world and stuff, and yet a baby's born. That's how the song goes, and it's a very good song, and if you really look at the lyrics and stuff and the perception upon life, then you'll understand how that song really relates to the world's experiences. So in the description of this episode, I'm going to put "A Baby's Born" by James Ingram. But
Mm,
that's all that's really going to be said and done for this week. We had some good laughs, some great serious moments, some great comparisons, some great facts, and that's all that mainly happens here on the Truth and Harmony podcast. The real talk, real truth, and real stories, man. So hopefully soon Josh will come back to us, and we'll make probably have a six member sometime this year. hopefully, and me, Ari, Kyra, Rob, we're gonna keep on keeping on with this, man. So
Yep. Yep. Great great outro. All I have to say is stay tuned for Black History Month, cuz it's creeping up on us. I have a lot of stuff in store as for the news of the world. I want to involve the Black Panther Party because as we know, they've been helping and stuff with ICE, and I want to just provide some facts on how minorities should stick together because we've been sticking together for a long time in situations like this. For example, Mexico, they helped us fight off slaves. It's just something to think about, because Mexico's right below the United States, stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned for Black History Month. I know we've been hinting at it, but we do have some good things in store. So yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
take care.
Take care.